Hello, hockey captains and future figure skating Olympians, and welcome to the Hardcover Hooligans podcast, the only podcast on planet Earth brave enough to ask questions like, does Nate Hawkins have an "I bought this before Elon was a Nazi" bumper sticker on his Tesla? How the hell did the University of California, Maple Hills get the rights to do Hamilton? And what exactly does a slowed down version of Kiss Me by Sixpence None the Richer sound like? So let's all grab our bundles of nerves, feel the girth hit the back of our throats, and take a trip to California. But wait, I forgot my planner! That's right. We're reading Icebreaker.
Very
this
nice.
week. Thank you.
Now, what's your favorite icebreaker?
That's a good question. I can tell you one of my favorite candies a while ago were those Icebreaker mints.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Jawbreakers.
No, aren't they called Icebreakers? The one with the ice on the bottom.
Yeah.
And the, you know what I mean?
It's like to share and for me, and it's the same compartment.
Exactly.
And it took me far too long to understand that was a joke.
For being silly.
That's a joke.
Yeah, those will give you a horrible diarrhea, just like Tic Tacs will if you eat too many Tic Tacs because of the sugar or something. I like Get to Know You. I like Two Truths and a Lie as far as
that's good.
Goes. Two Truths and a Lie is a lot of fun. What about you, Danilo?
I like Two Truths and a Lie.
Yeah.
My go-to is I've touched a sea turtle.
Okay, but it's Two Truths and a Lie.
I do that for one, and then I stay silent, and then if they're cool with that, we're cool.
We're cool.
If they're like, that's not the rules, I say goodbye.
Yep. You say goodbye.
Yep.
So this is we're doing it. We read Icebreaker.
Our first proper romance novel.
That's true. It does take place at some sort of college, just like our friends at Basgiath in the Navarra-verse or whatever.
Is Maple Hills real? Okay. No.
Damn.
I figured it wasn't, but I never explicitly checked.
Yeah. No, it's not real. It takes place at a fictional University of California spinoff. Their rival school is UCLA, which is real.
And seemingly next door.
Yeah, right next door.
Everyone
next
can
door.
get to LA so quick. She's like, I have dinner in Malibu. And is that not, I've never been there. Is that not an hour and a half away with traffic?
I think it might be, but it doesn't matter. When you have a car that drives itself like hockey captain Nate Hawkins, it doesn't matter.
I think we have to talk about this. I don't think there's ever been a book that is exactly what the cover looks like.
Yeah, true. True.
If you look at the cover and you just like say it, let it come in. That is exactly what this book is.
It's pretty accurate. That's what I imagine these two gentle people to look like. They're at a hockey rink. They're at one hockey rink, which could be a problem.
So as we said, we've never read like this is just like a modern romance novel.
Yeah, and for a show that just does genre literature, we sure are.
Well, and I think reading Romantasy, we sort of wanted to be like, okay, we hate this.
Yeah.
What about this do we hate?
Right.
And
I have my answer now.
I think it's not the romance part.
No, it is not.
It's certainly not the fact that it is targeted towards women, which I don't care about.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's fascinating. It clarified my hatred for things that are worse, because this should be not good, but I loved it.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I thought that might be surprising for people to hear if you've been listening to the other shows. And we hope it's not a betrayal of your trust if you've agreed with most of the things we've said before on this show. But yes, Danilo and I quite liked Icebreaker by Hannah Grace.
We did enjoy ourselves. And I think with the caveat of, if you're not up for reading a book that looks exactly like what the cover looks like, don't read this.
I mean, I got to tell you, I'd never read it if it were not for this show. And there was a moment halfway through where I was like, well, I kind of want to be done. I think I get it. But we persevered and we got to the inexplicable ending, which I'm excited to talk about. Now that you might be confused, you might be saying Icebreaker, is that the novel first published in 1983? Featuring Ian Fleming's James Bond? No. This is a different Icebreaker. No James Bond here. There's no spy. There's no spying. I guess there's maybe a little bit of spying. Maybe sordid sort of romance. But
and this Ian Fleming novel was never made into a James Bond movie.
No, and because this is not an Ian Fleming novel. This is a John Gardner novel. Yes, which I've never read. I haven't read any of the James Bond books.
I tried to read one in middle school, and it was boring.
It didn't stick, huh? It didn't take. Well, so what is Icebreaker? I hear you asking. Are you and I hear you shout across the cosmos. Is that that book that was originally on Wattpad? And you'd be right. It was
originally on Wattpad.
Yes,
That
published
makes a lot of sense.
on Wattpad. I think serially. So
Okay.
chapter by chapter.
Okay, that makes sense why this book that does not have to be longer than 200 pages is 430 pages.
Yes. It is about Anastasia Allen and Nate Hawkins. Now, Anastasia Allen is a figure skater.
The woman with 70 nicknames.
Yes, the woman with a lot of nicknames. Now, I didn't bother to look this up. Am I supposed to be pronouncing it Stas or Stace?
I think it's Stas.
Stas.
I've been saying Stassi.
So have
Stas.
I.
Also, not a common name.
No.
Not a common name. Not a common nickname
No.
for that name. Everyone who meets her immediately knows her nickname is
Yeah,
Stassi.
yeah,
It was
of
like, of
course.
course, Anastasia, and short for that is Stassi or
Stassi.
Stas.
Not
Of course.
Annie, which is what her
Right.
parents call her. Yeah, so Nate Hawkins is the captain of the hockey team at UCMH, the University of California, Maple Hills.
Yep.
Anastasia Allen is a duo figure skater, hoping to be on Team USA for the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
And her current partner is a guy named Aaron Carlisle.
Yep.
Aaron Carlisle, super cool guy, hero of the novel, some might say. Some people are saying.
And I think it's very important that everyone is just rich.
Yeah, everyone's
And
loaded.
money problems aren't really like it looks like the cover of the book. Like the problems are sort of problems,
They're
but
barely problems.
But there's nothing real. I think my first experience when I got my hands on this book, I read the back, and this is what the author blurb says. Hannah Grace is an English self-labeled fluffy comfort book author writing contemporary romance from her home in Manchester, England. When she's not describing everyone's eyes 10,000 times a chapter, accidentally giving multiple characters the same name, or using English sayings that nobody understands in her American books, you can find her hanging out with her husband and 2 dogs, Pig and Bear. I think that takes a level of self-awareness
Yeah.
that is what makes this work on
Yeah,
any level.
I
It
think
works.
so. I mean, you're definitely right. Like, you read any of these people talk once, you're like, these are not American college students at all. Nobody's saying 6'7" for sure. Nobody's talking about Riz. Nobody's talking about the Huzz or anything like that.
It's an imagined U.S. It's an imagined America and California from the eyes of a British person in order to make this sort of vibe happen.
This is Joe Biden's America.
Biden's president.
Biden is president. Things are
good. Gas prices are a little high,
Gas
but
prices are a
things
little
are good.
They never bring up COVID once.
They never bring up anything serious.
It exists in a world where COVID didn't happen. This is my headcanon.
It is borderline a fantasy world.
It really is.
And I think you immediately, it is a fictional California university written by an English woman.
Yeah.
And I think immediately you have to be like, okay, so there's going to be a little suspension of disbelief.
Yeah.
You're just going to, it's going to be sort of like a TV show or an 80s movie in modern, and like, that's fine.
There are 2 television shows that exist in this world, Judge Judy and Criminal Minds, and there's one film, and that's Despicable Me. And
when the hockey guys are dressed like minions, I thought that was very funny.
I thought that was funny too. And he's dressed up like Gru, and then they fuck each other in the bathroom. Now we got to talk about what that hockey player fucks Gru in the bathroom.
I think
You have a problem with that?
no. I think it's incredible how we can say that a book where something like that happens is better than some of the other stuff we've read.
Yeah.
We're like, oh my god, the book where one of them's dressed like a minion, and the other one's dressed as Gru, and they fuck in the bathroom is somehow more realistic, consistent, and coherent than other fantasy books we've read.
Because we all know how college works. You, I guess, go to class, but you know what? Nobody cares about that, so we don't see them spend any time in class.
Exactly. Fourth Wing could learn a little thing or two from this. If
Yes,
we don't
I
care
agree.
about class, it never comes up, and we don't go there.
Yeah, we don't have to worry about it. We worry about hockey. We worry about figure skating. We worry about how Nate Hawkins' penis it might be too big that it hurts our folds of our labia. These are the kinds of things we're worried about at UCMH. We're also worried about Lola landed the role of Angelica Schuyler in Hamilton at the school, even though earlier they set up that she never gets any of the roles because a different, better actor takes them all. Wouldn't she be playing Angelica Schuyler? Good question, Mac. I don't know. She'd be playing The
What?
third one.
It's.
Whatever her
I
name
think you're
is.
writing your Wattpad romance, and you're like, "What American musical do I
I
know,
know.
that's recent? Hamilton.
Yeah.
They're doing Hamilton."
It just brought, I was like, really? So this is the first time Hamilton is being done outside of a major like theater, not on Broadway or anything. Is it an entirely is the all of the cast made up just of people of color? Because I'm pretty Lin-Manuel Miranda has said that once it becomes available to the public to use, unless it's a middle school like kids version, that is one of the rules, is that it has to be
Sure.
that.
I think everyone in this book is white.
No, that's not true.
I know they're technically not, but I think they kind of all are.
Yeah, it's not brought up. There's no, you believe it or not, in Icebreaker, nobody sits down and they have a big talk about race relations.
It's sort of the first chapter. It's like, oh, this person is Hispanic and this person has a pansexual pin on, and now let's just get to the fucking.
Yeah. Once somebody's in a wheelchair, which is pretty cool.
Before we move on, so we are, like we said, we're going to be reading a couple of these. Next up is Game Changer, and then after that we're doing Heated Rivalry, and then we'll see how much our brains can take.
Yeah.
Before I get too deep into the plot, I want to play a little game with you, Mac.
Oh, yeah.
I have here, I've gathered some names of real life hockey romance books,
Oh, okay.
and I'm going to give you two, and I want you to guess which one is real and which one I made up.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
They're going to start. They might get harder.
Okay.
Okay. Body check or power play?
Oh, no. I think Power Play is the real one.
Body check is the real one.
Oh, Danilo, that's a really good title.
All right. You ready?
Yeah.
Slap shot or wild ride?
Wild Ride. I feel like Wild Ride cannot be a real hockey book, can it?
That's the real one.
Why?
I don't know. How about this? Head over skates
Oh, my God.
or skating into sophomore year?
Those are terrible.
What's the real one?
I think skating into sophomore year is the real one.
No, it's head over skates.
Come on.
All right. We've got Love on Thin Ice
Oh, okay.
or Skates or Grades.
Skates are grades?
Skates or Grades.
Skates or grades is the real one.
No, this Love on Thin Ice. All right. We've
It's
got
hard. They all sound fake.
I know.
Icebreaker sounds
they
fake.
do. I have a lot of these. I'm not even halfway through. Second period or dirty hit.
Oh. Second period is the fake one.
Correct.
Nice.
It's
Good.
dirty hit. Head coach or a goalie's soul.
I head coach is fake.
No, head coach is real.
A goalie's
soul. Now these might get harder.
I've been doing so well so far.
Virgin territory
Okay.
or sluts on ice.
There's no way sluts on ice is real.
No, it's virgin territory.
Okay.
Now I think you know this one because we've talked about this a little bit. Puck and Prejudice
Oh yeah.
or David Puckerfield.
I think David Puckerfield is the fake one.
You'd be
Danilo.
correct. You'd be correct. All right. I said these might get a little harder.
David Puckerfield.
Mr. Hockey or
Dr. Skate.
Dr. Hockey's sex classes.
Wait, what's the real one called? Mr.
Hockey.
That's real?
Mr. Yes. Now this is a Google image search. So I just went through and like they look, they seem
Hockey.
real. Mr. Hockey. All right.
I'm going to look that up. Mr. Hockey. Mr. Hockey book.
I don't know what this has to do with skating.
Yeah, it is.
No, hold on. Faking it with a billionaire, or I orgasmed on the ice in front of my mom at an event. Which one of those is a real title?
I think the first one to Delos.
You're right. Faking it with a billionaire is more. These might get a little harder.
Not.
All
I
right.
orgasmed on the ice in front of my mom at an event.
Okay. How about these two? Canadian boyfriend, or my boyfriend kisses his hockey puck at night.
I think Canadian boyfriend is the real one.
That is true. How about this? 4-player, or put me in the penalty box, daddy.
4-player.
4-player, yeah.
4-player.
Okay, last one. Pucking around or zamboned on the Zamboni.
pucking around.
Yes, right, pucking around.
I mean, that's not that much better than Zamboned on the Zamboned.
No. There's two other ones that are real that I didn't come up with an equivalent with.
What are
it's
the real
called
ones?
Puck Yes
Puck, yes.
or in Pucked Out of My Mind. There's a
Now-
lot you can do with the word puck.
Now, what is this with the hockey?
I think people are sweaty. They're in close quarters. They're athletic. They're on a team.
Isn't the more... I thought... in my head...
Is it with basket?
I would have thought it would be basketball or football, not hockey. That could just be me.
I wonder if... I think there are also other ones.
And they
With
all
other
look the exact
sports.
same.
I feel like it's sports are hot. I don't know. I think
Sports
that's
are
it.
hot.
Yep.
Well, Anastasia's first, her friend with benefits is a basketball player.
True.
So there is other sports. There's
I
a
have to
swim
say-
team who disappears to Philadelphia.
They've disappeared in the streets of Philly and they never return. I think we've complained at length about how in the romantic books we've read, there's no sex.
Yeah,
This has solved it for us.
Yeah.
They have sex in about every chapter.
Yeah.
And I just want to say how narratively smart it is that she immediately gives the love interest a friends with benefits situation, so we get sex right from the beginning.
Yeah, we do. Thank God.
Which is very smart because that is what people want
Yeah.
when they're reading these things.
I got to tell you, though, by the end, I was getting a little sick of all of it. I was like, I get it. She's got a big penis and she's got a small
It is
vagina.
400 pages of barely anything happening and a lot of sex.
And then they have sex with each other, or somebody gets a blowjob when they can't figure out an organizational cube. And I wish it was me, but it's Nate Hawkins. It's they're young, dumb, they're full of cum. These are the two horniest people I've ever seen in my life, and they're loving it. Wouldn't you say?
They are loving it, and I think I was initially a little frustrated that nothing much of consequence was happening.
Nothing happened.
It was just barely interesting enough to constitute stuff happening.
Yeah.
Almost like it felt like clinically. It felt like clinical, the extent to which, I'm about to put this down, and then something just interesting enough happens that keeps me reading.
Yep.
It felt like if anything less happened, I would hate this.
Yeah, I think so. And then that's in a book where really, truly, nothing happens and everybody wins all the time.
Yep.
It's the Charlie Sheen of books. Whether people are winning, they're winning on levels people have never won before.
No one has any like real serious flaws.
No.
Yeah.
None of our main characters.
Sure.
There's one ancillary character.
There's one antagonist.
Yeah, there's an antagonist. Well, should we get into it?
Yeah.
So Icebreaker, as we said, Anastasia Allen, who I didn't realize her last name was Allen, and then somebody says, "Hey, what's up, Allen?" And I was like, her name is Allen, but no, her name is Anastasia. She is a figure skater, and so the book is written in first-person perspective, but every
Yes.
chapter flips between either Anastasia,
Which I thought was great.
yeah, I thought that
Kept
was
it
fun.
engaging.
I thought that was fun. Anastasia, a character who at least has some stuff going on, and Nate Hawkins, a guy who has nothing going on.
Nothing. What's going on for him is being Anastasia's fuck buddy.
Is being awesome.
into boyfriend.
Yeah. This is people say this is enemies to lovers.
No.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I don't know what you're.
There's
smoking.
never. It's instant love, and she's slightly annoyed at the beginning. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Even when she's like, "I hate you," it's like, no, you don't.
You're
No, you
annoyed now about
Yeah.
the situation. I think like I said, barely any stuff happens. I think I made peace with the fact, and I then enjoyed it a lot more when I sort of realized they are sort of going to be together the whole time.
Yeah.
Like it's never really going to be a question of that happens. You're just like,
I did keep waiting for it though.
yeah.
Like they're gonna separate or something. Because I was like, like a third of the way through the book, they're like, we're gonna be together forever. And I'm like, yeah, but there's all this book left. What's
What
gonna happen?
possibly could happen? The answer, not that much.
She almost drowns. I mean, that happens.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that. So the book begins. They're at skating practice. With Anastasia's partner is a guy named Aaron Carlisle. Aaron is a really good figure skater also, but they have sort of a fraught relationship, and everybody thinks it's because Aaron Carlisle might have a teensy-weensy bit of a crush on her. But as the book, you will learn things that Anastasia says to be true are true. So, no. And
He's
also,
not, I
he
guess.
didn't maliciously mess with her meal plan. Those are two things, and we'll get into that. But when Anastasia makes a proclamation, the book, through its narratorial voice, is telling you that is a fact.
That is how
That
it
is true.
and she has problems, but
She
she's
does.
self-aware about them.
Yeah.
She's like,
Because she goes to therapy.
because she has therapy, and so she is right about she can perfectly take in every situation.
Yes, she has a day planner. Her whole life is planned out. And Nate Hawkins is sort of the opposite. He's sort of a rough and tumble. He's the captain of the hockey team. He lives in a house with all the boys.
And he's a rich kid's son,
He's incredibly wealthy.
A rich guy's son.
He drives a white Tesla that they don't say is a Tesla right away. And in fact, the sentence is Nate Hawkins is like, sometimes I'm really thankful for having a self-driving car. And I was like, well, this book takes place in the future. And then I forgot. Oh, yeah, they do have autopilot.
It's in a fictional future.
Yeah, it's in a fictional future where Elon Musk did not develop the Tesla. Yeah, so he's rich. Aaron is also rich. They try to tell you Anastasia is not rich. It doesn't matter. She like works one shift for like 3 hours every week and then has enough money to do whatever she wants.
It's just like I can't be like the other rich people, and like you work at a skating rink 1 day a week.
You do fine. She's studying business. Nate is studying something.
Which doesn't I think it's exercise science.
It's exercise science. Yeah,
or
you're right.
yeah.
Nate Hawkins has some friends who I quite like. Henry and JJ and Robbie.
Yep.
I think they're pretty fun.
They are immediately. It is sort of generic guy name info dump.
It is. I think there's too many random people.
Yep.
that
are
Mikey,
referred to by their first
like
name and their last name, and they all sound the
Maddie
same.
and Josh,
Maddie
It's like,
and
who cares? Too many people. I think Henry is very handsome. He's younger than everybody else, but they let him live in the house because he sort of has trouble making friends because he's autistic.
Yeah, that's pretty. I feel like that's pretty clear.
Henry is autistic. Jaden is sort of. If Nate Hawkins is not the lady killer, Jaden is the lady killer, and Robbie is in a wheelchair. They all have stuff going on. And then there's a bunch of the other ones. There's a guy named Russ who gets into some trouble, and
that's the inciting incident.
The inciting incident
Yes.
is Russ is fucking around with this girl from UCLA, and then the team finds out, and then they trash their hockey rink or something.
And so now both the figure skating team and the hockey team have to practice on the same rink right before their big games.
Yeah.
And I thought there was going to be this is the first instance where I thought, maybe this conflict would sort of last the whole book.
You beautiful idiot.
Or, maybe it would last more than it's resolved in 2 pages.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It is. It's like, oh, I did this and this is what it was, and everyone's on the same page. And like, well, that cleared that up, but now we have to practice.
Nate Hawkins has he has MMO buffs to his team because they're undefeatable, and they beat every hockey team by 11-3.
And it seems like they never practice. They
don't
talk about practice. It's like this class. We don't want to see them practice. We don't care. It's all between practice. It's all the partying they do on the weekends, going to bars and Ubers.
Yeah, there's lots of Ubering. There's lots of beautiful Uber writing in this book.
Like, we're going to Uber to downtown LA.
Yeah,
whatever. They're in some portal dimension where this is all achievable.
And they have a regular, this hockey team, this D1 hockey team has a regular seat at this nightclub.
They're they're rich.
And they're loving
rich
it.
and stuff happens and it doesn't matter because the point is them talking to each other and having sex all the time.
Yes. So the hockey team and the figure skating team, and they say team. Is it not just the two of them?
I don't think a single other figure skater is ever mentioned in the whole book.
I think she walks through a locker.
Just the two of them.
She walks through a locker room and she's like, and the younger figure skaters were gossiping. And I'm like, there's other figure skaters.
There's also ostensibly other hockey players. Like it's not just the one team. Usually, there's multiple teams, right?
No, there's one main team. I think.
Okay, I don't know. Aren't there junior teams too?
There might be other. There should be more. I guess I don't know.
I think one reason this worked on me is because I know nothing about collegiate level ice sports.
Yeah, I don't really care. So when I was a child,
it also doesn't matter. It's a fictional university written by an English woman
that takes place in Joe Biden's America. I don't care about hockey at all. That is primarily because when I was a child, my family couldn't afford me to get the equipment, and so I made it my lifelong goal to avoid hockey at all costs.
Yeah.
And I don't care about hockey.
Me neither.
I don't care about. I think figure skating is very beautiful, and I watch it at the Olympics. But they go to this conference, and there's a bajillion people there for figure skating. I think that's kind of cool, I guess. But I would never. ice sports are not my thing.
Yeah, I don't care either.
But I'll tell you, they're Nate Hawkins' thing, and they're and they're Stassi's thing.
Yeah, they love winter. They love sport. Nate's sister is a skier.
Yeah,
his dad owns a ski resort, and they all live in Los Angeles, California.
Yeah. Does UCLA?
But like again, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but it's like, I feel like I would put my hockey book in a cold place. You know what I mean?
But then it's not in Los Angeles, California.
And there's so many references. They say, look at the Hollywood sign up there. Did you hear what's going on with that new the Marvel layoffs? They talk about it all the time. They're really keyed into the zeitgeist.
Yeah, they were there. They're like, is that the writers' strike from a couple years ago? They drove past it.
Oh, my God. They say, don't you remember when Conan would just go by himself during 2008 when the writer's strike was happening?
JJ tried to be a scab on the writer's strike.
They talk about
He's
it
like,
a lot.
I'll write an episode of Family Guy.
I'll write an episode of Criminal Minds. They do a lot of second screen viewing in this book. They're on their phone and watching TV, or they go to some sort of movie that doesn't get named. But anyway, this kid, I don't know how old any of these people are. Russ, he's on the hockey team. He is doing the hanky-panky with somebody from UCLA, and her boyfriend or somebody finds out, and
it turns out she had a boyfriend, and then he stopped, and all the hockey guys are good guys who always do the right thing and no one ever does anything wrong.
Yes.
And it was just a big misunderstanding.
I kept waiting for like a murder. You know what I mean? They're like,
Me
what?
too.
Like they call everybody in and they're like, Russ is fucking dead. We found all of his guts on the side of I-45.
The reason I've never read something like this before is because I sort of like this sort of the lightness of this I sort of can't stand generally. Like something with a little bit more stakes needs to happen. That's why I sort of like the end. There's a fight. Some fight breaks out. We never see it. We hear about it secondhand from two people.
Yeah.
But whatever.
And so something you got to learn about Anastasia is that she hates hockey. Which is that like a thing? You're on the ice. You
don't
like
know.
the ice sports. You know what I mean? If you're a figure skater out there and you hate hockey, let us know, please.
It's a fake rivalry that we made. Like this is
a heated rivalry.
I think
in a minute. That's a good.
I think
idea
a lot of if you just accept this is a hockey American fantasy world.
Yeah, this is a world centered on hockey,
where college is sort of like a soft magic system where money. Where money doesn't matter, how much things cost doesn't matter, the logic of everyone being anywhere doesn't really matter. But I think the thing that is the redeeming quality is like you can follow the characters make logical decisions, and the sentences don't want to make you claw your eyes out.
Yeah, and I think the book, sentence by sentence, can be pretty funny and charming.
Yes.
They're all so obviously from England and not from California or wherever they're supposed to be from. But
I didn't clock too many instances where like the phrasing was wrong, but there was one where I think someone who's supposed to be American says, "Why are you moving about?" When you're like next year, like no one would.
Everybody
say that.
always says like, "Oh, I've done that loads of times," and it's like that's not right, but that's okay. And she's right on the back.
Well, she has the self-awareness.
Yeah, she calls it out, and she's right. Everybody's eyes gets described 800 billion times.
Well, and any book where like I remember I opened the first page and like there's a playlist of like pop music. I'm like, okay, so we all know what this book is.
Yeah,
it's not trying to take itself super seriously, and then that lets you give it a little bit of slack in the hockey Tesla department.
Yeah. So I mean, nothing happens, right? Somebody gets Anastasia gets fingered in an Uber. Her name in Nate Hawkins' phone, presumably even when they're married, is Uber Slut, which is nuts.
Well, they like start as a hookup because when Anastasia gets drunk and they hook up and she doesn't want anything serious, and she's also fucking this basketball player. Yeah. And then
he eats her kitty like spaghetti, wouldn't you say?
I would say yes. Multiple times. Maybe too much.
There's too much pussy eating in this book, I say. I will say, I'm going to say something crazy. I don't really care. There's no blowjobs in Iron Flame. There's hella blowjobs in this book.
Oh, yeah.
Which, as a guy with a penis, I really appreciate. I can't relate to the female pleasure organ because one, I don't care, and two, I don't have it. As people in our TikTok comments like to say, I'd never seen a clitoris. I don't know what a clitoris looks like. And you're right. I don't know what it looks like, but I have to imagine if it's half as beautiful as the American hockey player's penis, then I'm all in. So we got to talk about Aaron Carlisle.
Okay.
Now,
Yes.
Aaron Carlisle,
The antagonist of the book.
Yeah, the antagonist of the book is Anastasia's teammate, who is he's manipulative, he's gaslighty, he's
Instantly, you're like, okay, so he's clearly in love with her.
yeah, but
Or
then
was.
but then he
But then he's
never.
not.
There's no proclamation of love. There's
No.
never. I kept waiting for.
I think
that.
he's just a toxic weirdo.
He is a toxic weirdo. He does not like, but doesn't quite despise Ryan, the basketball player she's having sex with at the beginning of the book. But he
Because they're not romantically involved.
right. Well, I mean, but he also hates hockey players.
Right.
Is this a thing? Do people hate hockey players?
I don't think so.
They put on their little armor and they put on their little skates and
They're the
walk out there?
gladiators of the modern age.
They really are. Yeah, it's not professional fighters or anything like that. It's hockey players.
It's fictional college hockey players.
So Aaron Carlisle, he drives a G-Wagon, which is awesome.
And he's rich, and so they live in a rich apartment.
Yeah, they have a doorman like Seinfeld.
That's great. In Los Angeles.
They sometimes hang out. Lola also lives there. Lola is she goes to the acting school at UCMH. They're doing Hamilton, which I just can't get over. I think that's awesome. But every once in a while, Aaron will just sort of fly off the handle or take umbrage with something weird. Or
Well, he's
something
immediately very
off.
controlling of Anastasia's weight. He's like, "Oh, you've been eating too many burgers. You're like 1 pound over for a competition or whatever." And so, like, that's clearly we're controlling. That'll be part of it, which does get resolved.
Now, I don't have an eating disorder,
Mm-hmm.
and so I want to preface this with that I sort of don't know what I'm talking about at all. I thought this book handled it pretty well.
I think it handled. I from what little I know, it seemed like it handled it in a particular type, in a way where enough to cause conflict, maybe in a realistic way that probably some people struggle with, but not enough to be so serious that like real stakes and problematic things are involved.
I was reading it, and there's a moment where she like finally, I don't know, is free of her problem with food, and I read it and I was like, oh, I hope somebody reading this who has these problems felt empowered by this. I don't know if it's done well. You know, if you read it and you hated it, I get it. Because I don't really know. But I thought it was done fine.
Yeah,
but
I mean, the long story or the story is that Aaron was making a horrendously restrictive meal plan for her based on nothing because he knows nothing about nutrition.
Yeah, it's just vegetables. There's no protein.
And then Nate, the professional athlete, was like, "This is all you're eating? Oh my God, you're not eating enough to like for the physical activity you do." And he puts her on a different meal plan.
Yeah,
and she's like, "Oh my God," she has to get used to the fact that she's eating so much because she control it so hard so much, and she sort of like with their help and her therapist's help, like rebuilds her relationship with food, and it's great and it's lovely and it's fine.
Yep, they cook together. JJ teaches her all of these dishes. She's telling Robbie, you're putting too much salt in that, and we laugh and we have a good time.
And they're having sex this whole time.
And they're having sex this whole time.
And they are, in all but word, boyfriend and girlfriend. Because Aaron, her skating partner, like flies off the handle at some point, or like after this whole toxic thing, she like confronts him, and he's all like, "You're just fucking that hockey player," blah, 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 blah. And then she moves out and just lives with Nate for 3 months in his bed.
Yep. And they're sucking and fucking each other. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about the sex, because that is...
We're going to dive deep.
We're going to dive deep, just like Nate Hawkins at one point goes balls deep into this character. I thought it was horny.
Yes. So this, Fourth Wing, Akatar, fine,
stand
romance.
aside.
This is simply pornography.
Yeah, this is straight up porn.
Yeah.
This is porn.
Which I think it was funny. The book is like self-aware about it.
Yeah.
There's a point where they're like on an airplane, and Nate's like, "Oh my God, you're reading this? You're reading pornography on the plane?"
Yep.
And she's like, "Oh, yeah. And she's like, I have more at home if you want to try some stuff out of it. I'm like, okay, so what haven't you tried that you've read about? Honestly,
That's
you've done
true.
it all.
She's licking whipped cream and sundae sauce off of his little pecker. I mean, they're doing all kinds of stuff. What can you do with the human penis that hasn't already been accomplished by this?
But the cheeky self-awareness is does come across as charming.
One line
it's not like Brandon, fantasy requires some weight or seriousness.
Yeah. But this doesn't matter.
And immediately from reading this, it became clear the tone that Fourth Wing and Agatar are trying to go for. But in a fantasy world, I think it simply doesn't make sense to have everyone talk about like they go to a fictional California university.
No, it doesn't work. One sentence that almost made me put the book down. Somebody's like, Nate Hawkins is definitely somebody written by a woman.
Oh, I did.
Was like, oh my god, shut up!
I thought that was kind of cheeky.
Really?
I sort of like that.
It got to a point where nothing was happening and it was being too funny and silly. I was like, can somebody get murdered at this school? Can something happen? Their plane might go down. I will say, so they're visiting Nate's epic sick as fuck mansion in Colorado. And Anastasia is an idiot, and she okay. So
presumably, if you're a skater, you would know this is not something you do, but
yeah, she goes to the edge, or not the edge, but she goes up a stream or creek.
Nate's family's house is on a pond, and they skate on it earlier, and it's romantic and nice. And then later on, she's by herself. She's like, I'm going to go skating. And then she goes further on the pond or to the side, towards a creek.
Somewhere. And she falls in.
She falls through the ice.
Yeah, she falls through the ice, and Nate rescues her. She throws a buoy, but she's almost dead, and he throws her ass in the shower, puts the water on warm, and revives her. And
which I don't know if you're supposed to do.
I don't know. A
lot of this, the first aid here is questionable.
He's like, I do first aid. She's like, my head hurts. He's like, you should bang it around harder.
Bang it around harder and go to sleep right now.
Go to sleep. You have to go to sleep right now. Yeah, she's always getting hurt. Part of that is because she's been under eating.
Yeah.
And so she gets bruised rather easily. The big thing is that the biggest piece of conflict that also gets resolved really quick is there.
Every conflict is resolved immediately, and then they fuck, and then the next little bit of conflict pops up to string you along.
Yeah. They go to, it's Halloween, and Anastasia Allen loves Halloween. And her costume is a hockey player, but what's hiding underneath is sexy hockey cheerleader, which is not. I don't think hockey has cheerleaders.
They skate around and jump during the game.
That would be cold. Those poor women.
And then they get body checked by the players.
And Nate is, of course, dressed up like Gru. All of the hockey players are dressed up like minions.
Well, because he's the team captain. And he's noble. He's the noble leader. I don't know if we said that. He's the captain. Yeah. And he always takes the fall for it. His only character trait is he's like, I just always am sticking by my guys.
Yeah, he's sticking by his boys. But not to the point, if somebody did something really untoward, he'd put his foot down,
Yeah. Which luckily never happens because they're all great.
Yeah, so he sticks by his boys. So he's Gru. They're the minions. Gru has sex with a hockey cheerleader in the bathroom. They come out of the bathroom. I mean, dick dripping with post cum. I'm just giving you a taste of what it feels like to read this book sometimes.
Yep. They will have sex at any point out of nowhere in any situation.
He walks down, he takes Anastasia and they walk down a hallway and he sort of nods to the security guard and he's like, thanks. And it's like a private bathroom and then they lock the door. I'm like, did this guy pay the security guard to fuck this girl in this bathroom? Because that's awesome. Oh, that's not the sound I meant to press.
Want to take that back?
Yeah, because that's awesome. Oh, no! Why the opposite? We want the buttons. The two buttons.
We should really label these. You want to take that back again?
We should, yeah. Because I think having sex with Gru is awesome. Whoa!
It's magical.
That's what it feels like to orgasm. On their way back to the table, they have a private booth. Okay, so they know a bartender,
someone who works
somebody who has
at
some sort of nondescript job at this club can get them in. She doesn't own the club. She just works there.
No, she can make sure the bouncers don't check their IDs so the one underage
Which is
kid
crazy.
which is not the sort of risks I'd be taking when you're let's say on thin ice with your hockey coach constantly.
No, I would not.
Because they're like,
Thin
we're gonna be so responsible, and we're gonna not party too much.
Yeah.
But we're gonna try to sneak this underage guy into a bar.
They on the way back to the table, Aaron is there, and he's not wearing a costume, but his arm is broken.
Yes.
He's like Nate Hawkins like beat the shit out of me, or he pushed me over, or something. When I was at my locker, I slipped, and I saw him run away like some sort of like Three Stooges-esque prank.
And this is the first thing that happens that's like, this is real stakes of some sort. Aaron accuses Nathan. Nathan's like, of course not. And Anastasia doesn't know who to trust. The guy who's never told a single lie to her in his life, except for one that wasn't really a lie.
It wasn't really a lie.
Or her asshole manipulative teammate, who was trying to starve her and constantly fat shames her and slut shames her. Who do I believe?
Who do I believe? I don't know.
But
yeah,
then,
there's some tension.
Yeah, but then Nate has to take the fall for it because, you know, the head coach of the ice sports department or whatever is like, okay, if no one fesses up to this, the whole team is benched. And Nate's like, I have to take the fall. And of course, Anastasia is like, why did he wouldn't have admitted to it if he didn't do it.
Right.
I must not know him as well as I thought I did.
And there's never any tension that anybody believes he did it, because even their coach is like, I know you didn't do it, but you took you took the fall, and I've got the director Skinner's noose is tightening around my neck. They're going to cut all our funding.
And Anastasia has one session with the therapist, and she's like, you know what? I don't think he did it.
Yeah.
And then they're back to having
to
sex
fucking each
together.
other. There's lots of grinding and dick twitching and rubbing against the folds of your sweatpants.
Here's, we've talked about swollen clits before on the show.
We love swollen clits.
I'd like to have a quick swollen clit corner
in
this podcast.
NSCC.
I think Hannah Grace has figured out the perfect amount of times to deploy that phrase per scene, and it's once.
Yeah. And I learned it doesn't take me out of the book. I don't.
If they do it once, if she does it once.
Otherwise, it's like, I know what's going on,
Well, because you say it too many times, you're like, okay, come on.
Yeah. Yeah. There's also lots of, in the world, they say like freak a lot. Like, oh, freak this. Oh, my freaking life. And then it's like, you're gonna fuck my face. Like, what the hell? What is going on here? But yeah, there's some swollen clits here. There's a bundle of nerves, which is the phrase used here a lot.
Yeah.
Which I have learned that's a common, get used to that.
Okay, sure. In like romance writing.
My bundle of nerves. I got a little sick of how big his penis is. Like, it's awesome.
It's great, but also funny, but also awesome.
Yeah, but it's also awesome. You can see all the veins in his member when he wears tight leggings. It's like, how big is this guy's cock, man? How come some guys have it all?
He's a man written by a woman, Meg.
Some guys have it all. Some guys they wear leopard print leggings and they're big.
This guy isn't real.
Yeah, he's real to me.
He doesn't exist.
He's real to me, and every time I close my eyes and I open them again, I pray I'm looking through Nate Hawkins' eyes.
Nathan Hawkins isn't real. He can't hurt you.
I'm stuck in my soft, shitty body, and Nate Hawkins is out there beating UCLA 9-3 and getting his 23-year-old girlfriend pregnant.
And you love to see it.
And we love to see that. We love that for him. There's other books in this universe, in the Maple Hills-averse.
I did, and I thought they were connected, but I think they're not.
They are.
Or they're like some character. I know they're like in the same place, or they're overlapping characters.
The next one, the main character is Russ.
Oh, from the UCLA guy? Oh.
Yeah. I think it's about him and that girl.
Oh.
Now
I can't tell you how much I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care about that. I barely care about these people.
I think, the epilogue makes it clear that what we've read is the most interesting part of their entire lives.
The epilogue is insane. I want to talk about that, but we got to get there. So Nathan gets banned from the hockey team until Aaron is cleared to skate. And he's like, when will that be? And then the coach is like, I don't know, probably later today he's going to find out. And he's like, oh, okay. Now what really happened And we don't find this out till much later.
Till the very end.
Till the very end.
Mhm.
Okay, maybe we'll save it because
We'll
the way
save
he
it,
finds
yeah.
out, I think, is hilarious.
I know.
It's insane.
I sort of forgot that was like a hanging loose plot point because I'm always waiting for it to resolve. And then so much other stuff happens where I'm like, I forgot about this.
I forgot he was horribly injured.
Right at the end, like, this happened. And everyone's like, whoa.
From like a guy, the book is like, we know this guy. This is Corey.
We talk to him all the time.
We're always hanging out with Corey.
Okay, well, we'll get there.
So Anastasia, she doesn't speak to Nathan for 2 weeks. Can you imagine having that wet of a vagina for 2 weeks? That ache between your legs and nothing can satiate it. Except
But you live with him.
But you know, for this time she's back home, I think.
Oh,
For 2 weeks.
she moves back.
She moves back. I
Okay,
think.
okay.
Yeah, I'm not. I guess I'm not. I don't. That's a
Oh,
good
I guess
point. I
she
don't
moved.
remember.
Does she moves back because
I don't know.
her and Aaron get a couples therapist, but for
That's
like
later.
skating. Okay,
That's later.
I don't think she moves back before then. But anyway,
So they're just like living. It's like divorced people living in the same house.
I don't know.
How sad. Now, listen, I'm making a lot of jokes about the swollen ache and stuff. I just because it literally that's how the book is written.
Yeah.
She'll be like, I miss Nathan. He's a nice guy, and then the rest of the paragraph is like, I also
I'm
miss the way he
so
used to
horny.
eat my pussy, and like that's really
Yeah.
we're rooting for the people to get over their problems, not to see their relationship further, but to see them have a new sex position.
Yes.
Like this is the kind of book where when they do doggy style for the first time, you as the reader are supposed to go,
yes, finally.
finally.
I've been waiting for this. And you go to your bingo card and you
go
put
to
a
your
little
bingo
boop
card.
over doggy style.
Yeah.
And that's B12.
B12, the active protein in sperm. Nicely done, Danilo. Okay. Aaron is injured. Now that's a problem. If you're an athlete and you're injured.
Now, you nerds listening to this might not know.
You fucking stupid virgins who are listening, us athletes, when we get injured and we can't perform up to spec for Coach Brady, shit's gonna hit the fucking fan.
To spec like a car.
Yeah. So his driver's side arm is broken.
Yep.
It's broken, or maybe it's not, but it
Or it's
hurts.
bruised. We don't know.
It's bruised. We don't know. He wears a cast, so we can't see.
And they're skating doubles.
I also
so they have to do
definitely
it
thought
together.
he was even lying about that, didn't you? Like he was not injured
I just
at all.
assume he's lying the whole time.
Like
He's a liar.
I know. I know.
He's immediately a manipulative
I know.
liar, and everyone thinks so except Stassi.
I thought when he shows up with the cast, I was like, oh, his arm isn't even broken. He's just doing this as some sort of long
He lied.
play.
Like he did this to himself. I'm like, he did this to himself to try to get Stassi and Nate apart because he's in love with Stassi.
Yeah.
Which is sort of true, but not really. But anyway.
So Aaron and Anastasia qualify, except at the very end of their routine, Aaron drops her. His wrist just gives out.
And again, another dramatic thing we hear about that happened off screen, third hand.
Yeah, why is it not happening?
Why don't we see it happen?
I don't know.
Because then there'd be real tension.
But that's fine.
But also she gets like one bruise and then she's fine. But she has like PTSD about it, and that's
Yeah,
the
she got
real. I thought when he dropped her, that'd be like, okay, so now she's injured, and then like Nate's gonna have to like take care of her, nurse her back to health, and like
Right.
work. Like this is when that should happen. But she's like, oh, she's basically fine. She's back on her feet in 2 days. And
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, this is the point where I'm like, okay, so nothing is really gonna happen, and they're just sort of gonna be together the whole time.
And
And
this is about like
gonna get
page 115,
Right.
400. So there's quite a bit more to go. So Nate is helping Anastasia, be okay, and Nathan, she's like, I need a skating partner, and Nate says, well, I'll be your skating partner.
I'm not playing hockey until this bozo Aaron is back on the ice, so I'll do it.
So I'll do it. And she's like, you could never do it. You're like a big hockey oaf. You're so trollish and ogreish, and you're what are you gonna just hit me with your stick out there? Come on, you idiot. And he's like, no, just let me help you. Okay.
I've been skating since I was 2.
I've been skating before I could run. Baby
He
girl.
calls her baby pretty quickly out of the gate, I would say.
Yeah, they're not dating yet, and he's like,
like,
what's up, baby? He's like,
baby.
you take it, baby.
Hey, baby.
Oh, I would not be okay
It's like,
with
no,
that.
like, this is my friend.
What's up, baby? So Nathan Nathan starts training with Anastasia. Anastasia moves into the hockey house, and hilarity ensues. There's lots of hanging out that happens.
The synopsis of the book would have you believe this this hockey doubles thing is what is primarily happening in the book. It lasts, I feel, only 4 chapters.
Yeah, it's not really that important
because they do it, but it also makes Anastasia realize that like, oh, I can like have a good time working on my skating, and maybe Aaron is the problem, which of course.
And they do stuff like they go to the pool so that they can like practice the lifts in the pool, and wouldn't you know it, but she's only got the tiniest little bikini on.
Because her friend gave her the tiny bikini.
Oh my God, you can practically see her vulva.
And she's all like, if you hold me above your head, my vagina's gonna be right by her head. And he's like, we did this last night. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm always eating that.
And the swim team is dead in Philadelphia. That's why the pool is empty.
The swim team crashing a plane on a field in Pennsylvania.
I want to read the it's called Swim Meet or something. In the middle of the book, they crash in a plane, and it's a swim team doing sort of like a Survivor thing.
Oh yeah, it's like Hatchet or whatever.
Yeah, it's Hatchet, but instead of one boy, it's a swim team. We only have one hatchet.
Oh, we're so. And no one hatchet, no pool, 24 guys.
So they're in like Tennessee.
In Tennessee. Yeah, so they're in Philadelphia, so there's nobody in the pool. So it's fine. You know,
they do their flips and holds, and it feels better, and then they have sex, and then that's the next scene.
Yep, and then we move. So they break their pact because they made a pact to not fuck each other until. Which I don't know why they do that.
That simply has to happen for the plot to move forward. It's so clearly like so. The author decided. So there simply will not be tension in this book at all. We must manufacture some tension.
Yeah.
And so for their training regimen, they can't have sex with each other, which they break, I think, in a week.
Which I think I'd rather commit suicide than not have sex for a couple weeks. I mean, this is insane. Especially
with the hot lady you've already had sex with multiple times who sleeps in your bed.
That's insane. There's a pillow barricade between my penis and her vagina. Yeah, Mr. Gorbachev, you can take down that wall. So they this is when they become intimate again, and they start kind of saying boyfriend and girlfriend to each other.
Yeah, and Stassi has commitment issues.
Yeah, she's a total commitment phobe. Am I right, fellas?
So when Nate is like, "This is my pussy," she's like, that triggers.
She's
her.
like, "Whose pussy?" Yeah, that's a. Yeah, what an insane thing to say to the girl you just met, who's like, I'm a little bit afraid of commitment. He's like, yeah, whose pussy is this? What? It could be anybody's pussy, Nate. We're not exclusive yet. But they're really in love because not only is Nate so beautiful and so handsome and so good at hockey, he's a really nice guy.
Yep.
He's maybe the nicest guy I've ever read in a book.
And he maybe has one small issue at the end that is resolved immediately.
Yeah, when his boys really put the hurt on him. Now, what you need to know is that Anastasia is becoming best friends with this hockey player named Henry, who is this. He's even more beautiful than Nate is,
but he has crazy pull. Apparently,
he has crazy pull, but he's sort of an aloof. The book never outright says this, but he has autism. I think you're supposed to read that he's autistic
because he's like really good at hockey, but he's also like quiet, and he just sort of like says things that like
every
you're not
time he's
supposed
talking
to
to somebody, the book goes out of its way to be like he can't make eye contact with the person.
But he also does art.
He does art. He says things that he's not supposed to say. He's always saying the quiet part out loud. The quiet part out loud is a Nazi. No, Henry's a nice guy. But Anastasia and Henry are...
Yeah, Henry's the right wing. He's always constantly doing right-wing dog whistles. That really took me out of this book.
Anastasia, there's only 88 seconds until hockey. No, Henry's a nice guy. He's not a Nazi.
Want to celebrate 420 with me this year?
Of the two of them, the guy driving the Tesla is closer to being a Nazi than Henry is. Henry is not a Nazi, folks. We can't reiterate it enough. He is a normal guy. He's friends with Anastasia.
I think we should triple down. Henry is not a Nazi, guys.
They develop this friendship. that sometimes Nate gets a little jealous about, but Henry is sort of this aloof dingus, and so he's like,
it's fine.
Not really worried about it, except Henry does say, like, Nate walks in on Henry making out with a girl, and she, like, leaves embarrassed, and Henry's like, I can take any girl that you have, and you know it. And Nate's like, I do know that. Yeah, you probably could. So they have this big Christmas party, and the reason try to establish that Henry is really good friends with Anastasia is because who shows up to this Christmas party but Aaron? I also kept forgetting they were in Los Angeles. So when they're like, let's all go outside.
I immediately thought about that too. Like the bonfire in the back. I'm like, huh? Yeah. It's not negative 20 on Christmas. Yeah. It's Los Angeles. And I believe the hockey house looked, quote, like Santa threw up on it.
Yeah, it's Santa's grotto, is what they say. The hockey house looks like Santa's grotto, isn't it? Henry, come get some of this nog, my dear boy. So Aaron Carlisle shows up, that dastardly bastard, and he, well, I guess let's say this from Anastasia's perspective. Anastasia is outside asleep, and she wakes up
in Nate's lap,
and she wakes up and she hears like screaming from inside, and I was like, "Is there a shooting? Like, what is happening?" Because
that's one of the things when you've read things with like real stakes and like people are dying. Like say like Fourth Wing, people sort of die out of nowhere.
Like if this were to happen in Fourth Wing, they could just like burst in and be killing everybody.
Right. You're sort of primed to be like, okay, now something big's gonna happen.
Yep. Well, because Nate's like, sit the fuck down, and he never does that. And then Nate also like grabs his gun out of his waistband. No. He goes into the house.
Curb stomps.
She runs in to the house, and there's this big crowd around these guys. Henry is just like putting belts to ass, like he is fucking people up.
Yep.
Nate has Aaron in some sort of daredevil chokehold against the wall.
I thought it was like his forearm is like on his neck. That's how I imagined.
Oh yeah, because Aaron, don't worry, Aaron's also hot. Okay,
right.
But
he's strong.
He has a lithe dancer's
body. Figure
body.
skate. Yeah, he's a dancer's body,
not a hockey player's body.
And it's very clear he can bench much more than Stassi weighs. So it's like, why would you care about how much she weighs to do the lifts if you can bench her even more?
True. Different compound exercise, but yeah. Yeah. He shows up and gets the shit beat out of him. And I thought this was going to be a big problem, but it's also not.
It's also it's from the dramatic things happen suddenly and are immediately resolved school of writing.
Because their hockey coach is like, if I see you guys so much as blink in the wrong direction, I'm going to fucking kill you.
Their team captain is already benched for confessing to like assaulting another student.
And they just start whooping ass at this party. And then nothing bad happens.
No, but the only thing that happens is that Stassi has to reevaluate who she thinks Aaron is.
Yeah. Because they're all like, he's been talking about you behind your back.
Yes, and she doesn't know what he's been saying. And he's been saying some pretty terrible stuff.
He really has. He's been calling her a slut. Anastasia's adopted. She's like, how can anybody love her when even her own parents didn't love her?
He's like, she's trying to baby trap Nate because he's gonna be rich later.
Which is also weird when it happens.
It does happen. It does happen.
It does. But it's post them having...
she gets an apology G-Wagon. Before they are married. We'll get to that blog.
Yeah, so he gets beat up, and there's this kind of a cute scene where I like when Henry and Nate interact because Henry's always in some sort of trouble for doing something because he just sort of blurts things out loud. Henry tells Anastasia what he's been saying. He says all that. Anastasia's really sad, and they're like, let's get out of here. And so they go to Seattle. They go to the beautiful city of Seattle.
This is such a West Coast book.
They love the West Coast. Seattle, Los Angeles, the rest of the cities. They go to Seattle to visit Anastasia's parents, Colin and Julia. Sure.
Yeah.
They're really nice people. And Nate does not get along with his dad. And so Colin, Anastasia's dad, is like Nate's biggest fan. When he's like, I'm the hockey team, I've got this big hog. Colin's like, teach me how to be like you.
and Nate is like, oh my God, a support from a father figure?
Oh my God.
Because Nate's dad is horrible. And he like cheated on his mom while his mom was sick, and then bought it. They just use Nate's dad as like a big bankroll for everything because they're super rich.
He shows up before this. He just shows up unannounced, and he's like, Nathaniel. Nathaniel, I'm staying at the Hilton Inn 2 blocks away. Join me for dinner, won't you?
I think it's funny the way that you sort of like transplanted, like, so what would like a posh sort of like no asshole nobility in my country translate to America? Oh, the owner of a ski resort is sort of like my land and my staff.
You get the impression that he's not a millionaire, he's a billionaire. Am I right in that, like, he's supposed to be like uber wealthy and he owns a ski resort?
I guess one?
Am I wrong?
No, he does. I think he only owns one,
Yeah,
which
he
I
owns
know
one ski
is
resort.
lucrative.
But
again, this is a fantasy world where
I know it doesn't matter.
Where Vale doesn't exist. The conglomerate that owns
that's
everything,
true.
But I guess maybe he owns that company. He owns
I guess you
Vale,
you must
maybe.
be right. You must be right. Talk about a guy on Epstein's list, though. I mean, this guy is a big time.
This guy's coming up. What's his name?
Jorkus.
Jorkus Hawkins.
It's Ian.
Sir Jorkus Hawkins is
Jorkus
here.
boy, come here.
He is telling his daughter to eat a salad, not a burger.
She'll get the salad, not the chicken burger. The what? What is at this restaurant? Chicken burger and fries?
No, is this the restaurant? This must be a restaurant. It's not like the chalet dining hall.
No, it must be a restaurant. He's being mean.
You're not going to get the chicken fingers. You're going to get the club sandwich.
You're too fat. You're going to get a salad with the croutons on the side.
And I'll eat the croutons. I like the croutons.
I love garlic cheese croutons and eating them in front of my malnourished daughter. Nate's sister Sasha is a skier.
She's a ski prodigy.
Yeah, and he shows up when Ian...
Who's 16.
Who's 16.
Yeah.
When Ian shows up at Nathaniel's at Los Angeles hype house, he's like, your sister wants to quit skiing. And he's like, well, how about you try reading between the lines, old man? And he's like, she said she wanted to go on vacation. It's like, then take her to St. Bart's, bitch. And so they do.
So to the island, maybe?
To the Yes, I have an island we could go to.
I have a friend with an island.
Because this is before... Oh, no, it's not before he's dead. A recently deceased friend of mine gave up some land in the Caribbean.
So this world doesn't have Elon Musk. Presumably this world doesn't have Epstein.
I hope not.
Well, someone in this world had to have bought that island. Do you think it's Ian Hawkins? You think that's canon?
It might be. I think it's probably canon. So they go to St. Bart's Island, which is what he renamed it.
Not St. Bart's Island. They call it, now it should be called St. Bart's Island. Everyone's like, okay, Ian.
Okay, Ian. Yes, sir.
Yes, master.
Of course, my lord. He threatens to... Okay, so whatever. They go to Seattle and everything's awesome, and then they go to Colorado, which is where stuff actually happens.
Yeah, Stassy's parents are nice. Nate's parents are one's dead, one's not nice.
Yeah.
And they have the whole house to themselves. And then Stassi falls through the ice, like we talked about. They take her to the hospital, and she's fine. And there's no ongoing effect. She like stays in the hospital overnight, maybe.
I think it's a few nights.
Okay,
they wake up.
They're also sort of not. They can't have sex in the hospital, so we sort of move
get out of the
past
hospital. Get out of the hospital. Nate buys her an iPad. He's like, I ordered it to be delivered. I'm like, just go to the Apple store, you fucking idiot. Buy
so
the damn
she's
iPad.
doing college with no laptop?
Yeah, she's doing college with no laptop, no iPad, phone at the bottom of a lake.
So she's like, she's like, oh, I have to borrow my friend's laptop to do, or my friend's iPad to do therapy. And so she's like, so then Nate is like, I'm going to buy her an iPad. So is she doesn't even have a laptop to do therapy on.
And I would bet you an infinite amount of money this fancy college would just give her one.
Yeah.
To use
also,
for studies.
It is impossible to do secondary education in the United States without a laptop or some sort of personal computer.
Digital.
Yeah.
But usually at a college, you can build it into your tuition where they give it to you. Now, I don't know if this is true in England, but it is true here.
What do you think Stassi's second language requirement class was? Spanish. Do you think she's Spanish? She says like "Hola, me gusta."
She might. She might. I think it's, according to Hannah Grace, is probably Gaelic or something.
Well, at least she's on the right side of Irish.
She is. I hope
it'd be very
Grace.
funny. I hope so. It would sort of be tragic to find a strong anti-Irish sentiment throughout these books.
An essay, Anastasia's like, God, don't you know who I miss? Margaret Thatcher. What? Anastasia, why'd you say
My
that?
favorite color is orange. Like what? We had vacation in the city of Londonderry. What?
We're going to Belfast tomorrow. Yeah, so on their last day of their beautiful Colorado getaway, who comes home? Oh, okay. So they open all their Christmas presents. They open all the Christmas presents that like everybody has given them together, not in front of the people who gave them the presents.
And also they brought with them in their one suitcase. The presents are just there.
The presents apparate. They appear.
Nate Hawkins has a bag of infinite holdings that his father, the wizard, has given to him.
Yes, Ian the Terrible developed some sort of magical storage organizer to transport presents halfway across the country. They open all the gifts. After the gifts are open, this is important. They start doing real cream pies, which, as we've talked about on the show, is a big thing.
That's when you make the jump from normal sex to real cream pies.
I mean,
there's no bigger step in a relationship.
There's no going back. It's like if you're drinking Diet Coke all your life, and I said, "Here's a regular Mr. Pibb, brother." How would you sip on that?
It's like going from Diet Coke to Mr. Pibb. It's completely different. It's like nothing you've ever tasted
Nothing
before.
you've ever tasted. She's like, what do I get you for Christmas?
Do you think if you only drank Diet Coke for your whole life and suddenly at the ripe old age of like 25 you had a Mr. Pibb, would you go insane?
I think so. Like you only drank Diet Coke and you never had like sugar?
Any other drink?
Not even water?
No, you don't. You know, like no other taste, and you had a Mr. Pibb, your brain would explode.
Oh, I think so.
Yeah, you'd go insane.
You'd be introduced to the best.
Yeah.
And he's like, here's an RC Cola for your troubles, brother. Yeah, so that's important to say because Anastasia's like, oh, I don't know what to get you for Christmas. And he's like, how about you just start doing me raw and coming inside? She's like, I'm on birth control, which is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't get her period because of the birth control. It's actually foreshadowed earlier. She brings up, she's like, let me go take my birth control pill. And Nate Hawkins is like, that gives me an idea.
You brainstorm.
Brain blast.
You're on birth control.
You're on birth control. Can I shoot ropes inside of you, please?
What are we using this rubber for?
Rubber belongs on the road, darling.
He's always he's his father's son.
He really is
Nate
through and
Hawkins.
through. But after they have sex with no protection, he's like, I think you did get me my Christmas present. And it's like, what a sad thing to say. You don't want any gifts, not even a gift card to like TGI Fridays?
Nate Hawkins is a man. I think he is Nietzsche's Ubermensch.
He's a man singularly obsessed with pussy. It is remarkable.
He has like transcended the need for any material goals or objectives, and he only wants to come in a pussy raw.
After he ejaculates inside of this figure skater, his hierarchy of needs changes into
It restructures. You can see it moving around. Maslow is rolling in his grave. Figure skater moves right to the top.
bread, simple carbohydrates, figure skater pussy.
No, it's right
reversed.
below that. It's bread, carbs, hanging out with my guys, figure skater pussy.
That's my hierarchy of needs, buddy.
Oh man!
So he gets her an iPad, But she's like, how? She's like, what? And he's like, we're so rich it would blow your mind.
These
Don't even
cost,
sweat it.
babe. These cost $400 now. I don't know. You don't have one already.
I know. The school didn't give you one.
You don't
of
have a laptop, and you can't like scrounge out $400
I know.
to buy an iPad.
I put this on your tuition. I didn't get you one for real. Then she's like, oh, I know what to get you again. And he's like, here we fucking go. And she's like, tie your hands up with this ribbon. And so he does, and he's naked on the
plot hole. I don't think a ribbon could hold a man as jacked as Nathan Hawkins.
No way. You're talking
Cinema Sins counter one.
You're talking
Ding.
Ding. Nate Hawkins is far too jacked to be bound by simple ribbon. He needs immortal chains of great strength.
Yeah, chain him to the rock, like Prometheus.
Nate Hawkins stole the first flame. Chain him to the rock.
He has a regenerative liver that eagles munch on every day. What have you learned about Nate Hawkins? He's Nietzsche's Ubermensch and also Prometheus.
Well,
and by giving her laptop, iPad, is he not also Hephaestus? Oh man.
But because he's given her an iPad, he becomes bound to a table. And she starts going into the fridge and getting
the kitchen
some stuff.
island, I think.
The kitchen island. Sorry. Sorry.
It's important. A simple table could not hold the weight of a man.
No. His
Nathan
massive
Hawkins.
girth on a table of human make? I think not. Not at all. He's bound on the kitchen island, and she's in the fridge, and she's getting some stuff, and he's like, "What is you doing?" And then she starts outlining every ab with whipped cream, and she's licking it off. And yeah, he's getting a little hard. But before they can do it for real, who comes through the door but Nate's sister, Sasha?
Mm-hmm.
And they quickly get dressed, but she's like, what are you guys doing?
I cook there. Oh, my God.
That's so gross. You guys are so gross. And they get to know each other, and we don't see them.
And they came back early. There was the Nate and Stassi were supposed to be gone by the time they came back from St. Bart's. They came back early because, I don't know, the dad was trying to coerce the sister into some more skiing stuff, whatever. He's an asshole.
Yeah. They get to know each other. We don't see them get to know each other. We were just told by Nate that they become best friends.
Suddenly, they are sisters.
Yeah, suddenly they're sisters. They go to a restaurant.
Suddenly sisters.
They go to a restaurant. Ian's like, meet me at my chalet restaurant where we will dine on chicken burgers. And so they do.
And the dripping shall drip from our jowls, and we shall be as men.
United by food. And so they do. They go to the restaurant, and they sit down at the restaurant, and somebody comes over and is like, here are some waters. And Ian's like, I will fire you and kill you. And you're like, whoa, what a hardcore guy.
And then there's a woman, like a server's woman is like, oh, Nate, you should have told me you were in town. And Sassy gets very jealous because this was an old flame.
Yeah.
But then that's resolved immediately.
Well, Ian's like, Anastasia's a member of our family. If you disrespect a member of our family, we will have your head and hang it from pikes on our parapets.
The only ski chalet in Colorado with parapets.
You foolish wench. This is my daughter.
We shall stand from the Merlins and
watch your family be executed by hanging. And he really says all that, too. It's a long
that is verbatim.
Yeah, so he's like, he says she's a member of our family now, and you as the reader are like, oh, maybe this guy's not all bad. He's like intense, but he seems to be weirdly loyal to certain people.
He likes his status, and he's like, oh, well, someone who's with my party can't be disrespected by the help.
Right, exactly. Then Sasha's like, I'll get the chicken burger, and he's like, salad for you, girl. And
you have a ski meet in 4 months or something.
Anastasia's like, I think she should be allowed to get the chicken burger.
It's Christmas.
It's Christmas. 3 chicken burgers. And Ian is like, I will not stand to be disrespected at my restaurant. And then she's like, I'm figure skating. And he's like, oh, tell me about that. He's hot and he's cold,
Yeah. And then after all this happens. Oh, yeah.
Why is it called Icebreaker?
Oh. I can't believe this never came up. Early on, they do an icebreaker with the hockey team and the figure skating team because they have to share, and they're because they have to share the rink, and no one values their own time or the time that they have to spend together.
These two people who don't compete in the same sport or would have any reason to hang out ever need to intimately get to know each other now.
Yeah, both teams now
Yes.
for no reason.
Yes.
Because they will have non-overlapping practices that
I know.
scheduled one after the other.
Yep, it all makes sense.
I
It's also might be called-
thought when they did the icebreaker, I thought that was pretty funny.
Oh, it was cute.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was lots of fun.
It doesn't make any sense, and I was sort of reading it was sort of a pain. But when
Yeah,
they're like, we're doing an icebreaker now, I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
I'm like
yeah.
that, that meme of Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm like, that's the name of the.
Oh. Or it's called Icebreaker because she fell through the ice. What do you think about that?
That's true.
She is the icebreaker, like a superhero.
I know. So how?
What if she emerged from it and like the skates were like grafted to her feet? And it's like, we can't get these skates off. You have to become the icebreaker.
superhero. She's like an X-Men.
She's Iceman. That would be awesome.
Um,
Anastasia the Iceman Allen.
and now she's immortal, and her whole story is she has to like watch Nate age and die.
It's
She's
so
like,
sad. She's
it's,
like-
it's very Aragorn and Arwen. But imagine Arwen with skates welded to her legs.
She gives up her ability to go to the Greyhaven, in this case the Olympics, which is the Greyhaven, and she gives it to
Henry.
Henry
Goes to the Greyhavens.
No.
in Stassi's stead.
No,
And the
Henry.
iPad is like a Silmaril.
Henry. It is. It's an
The
object of great power.
The iPad is the Silmaril of Maple Hills.
Your love of tequila at the Honey Pot has slowed your mind. Anyway, what were you saying?
Yeah, it really took me out when at the end, Aaron comes back to Stassi's hometown and has killed her parents and her whole family and friends.
And
there's like
call
a
me Sharky.
the Sharky epilogue in this
of
book.
course.
Anyway,
The Scouring of Seattle.
Aaron got Bill Gates. He's sitting in Bill Gates' throne. Quick, rally the Seattle PD.
The Mariners.
Stassi and the Mariners will take back Seattle from Sharky, a.k.a. Aaron.
AKA Aaron on Bill Gates' throne. Oh, man.
Oh, man. All right.
You were saying something before all that.
I don't know. And then right after the dinner, Ian is like, she reminds me of... Ian pulls Nathan aside. He's like, she reminds me of your mom. She's like sassy, and she stood up to my father once, and I love that about her. And so Ian's maybe a little more complicated.
I thought this part was... It's the next morning.
Yeah.
He's like reading a newspaper, and Nate comes out, and he just sort of starts monologuing about his mom. And Nate is like, oh, I have to get him to keep talking because I love hearing about mom. And he only has these nice things to say. And Nate is like, so then why did you do it? It meaning cheating on her.
Yeah.
And he's
While
like,
she had cancer.
and he's
you know.
like, nobody.
Everyone makes mistakes. Yeah.
And I was like, wow, that's actually, I thought
Yeah.
that was a pretty
Well, and then
effective.
Nate said, some mistakes are unforgivable. And he says, I know.
I know.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I know. And then we never see him again.
I know. I was like, oh, this is by far and away the most interesting character in the book.
There's some things where the characters are not super flat, which I appreciated, and I think is one of the things that made it readable. Nathan Hawkins is not that man.
No, Nate Hawkins is the white bread of book characters.
He is a
I would
man
say.
written by a woman in gray sweatpants.
He is. He doesn't really have anything to do. He has no problems. He has this whole dad thing, but it's not as if the book is out to resolve that relationship.
No, I think it's very the book. It's very clear that this is how the relationship is and how it always will be, and it is like cemented and like we're done.
Yeah.
But anyway, after this, they go back to Maple Hills, and this is where they have the big competition, right?
Yeah, I think so. Well, they start to get Aaron is cleared to skate and Nate can't.
Yes.
Nate gets a return to the hockey
Yep.
team.
And now Stassi and Aaron are going to go to a couples therapist together, couples that like work together, like teammates, so they can resolve the problem of Aaron being verbally and emotionally abusive.
Yeah.
Which is like already feels fraught. But
I feel like you should just be the one going to therapy. You know?
yeah, it's like there's nothing for me to say about you.
Right,
Like
right.
you did the wrong stuff. But anyway, Stassi wants to do it because she's like, I want to go to the Olympics. I want to be good at this. And that takes sacrifice. I have to look past all the shitty things he did because like I need my doubles partner.
A book, I think a better book, and a different book, it wouldn't be this comfort, cozy book that this is trying to be. So what I'm saying is the book I would have preferred to read maybe is the one where Stassi is also like rude and shitty to Aaron, and so they do actually have a fraught relationship on both sides.
Stassi isn't perfect and sort of the victim the whole time.
Yeah. Just that would have been interesting to have her, because what she is working through is like stuff that is pretty common in that it's eating disorders. She has terrible anxiety. She feels like she's letting her parents down. Like these are relatable sort of problems that I think lots of folks deal with.
And it's also stuff she's aware of and can vocalize. And so all that's left is for her to like work on it.
Right. And can go through by herself. It's not like, oh, she is also, they have a toxic relationship and that both of them are toxic. I think would have been a more interesting, albeit different book.
Well,
but
because
it's like
then
stuff like
there's
this.
less fucking in that book.
Well, yeah, I know. But it's stuff like this where at this point I was pretty bored.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I've had my fun. I would have stopped reading because I feel like I got what I wanted out of this book.
Although I think for me, I went with almost no expectations, where for me it felt more, I don't know, I felt like this stuff was more complicated than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Which it's like, I think very bottom of the barrel. Like I was expecting ACOTAR where nothing makes sense and like the characters' actions from like scene to scene make you scrunch your forehead together and be like, what the fuck? And you're like, oh, is the author using that word correctly? Like that was my baseline. And so the fact that like
that's not happening in
there's
this book.
There's like minimum complexity, minimal plot, characters do things that make sense based on what we know about them. I was like, wow, this is possible.
I know.
Which it's really like the bar is in hell, folks.
The bar is in hell. Just like Anastasia was almost in hell when she almost drowned. All these people are going to hell because of all this premarital sex. Wouldn't you agree?
There was we'll get. I have some 1-star book reviews that are pretty funny.
Okay, good. Aaron is cleared to skate. Nathan has to go back to the hockey team, and Anastasia is thinking about moving back home because their new therapist, Dr. Robasker, thinks that it might be a good idea to have them live together to get on the same page.
Get back in sync.
Get back
for
in
the competition.
Sync.
They have sectionals, nationals. They have nationals,
I think it's nationals
coming up.
They just
nationals
did
are coming up.
sectionals.
Yeah.
Nathan is like, what are you out of your mind? He's manipulating you. And now, this is the first time
there's conflict.
There's conflict, and Nathan is not the best guy ever.
Yeah, he's wrong. He's overly protective.
And I was like, oh, this is good because he's doing the same thing. Not that it's good, but it's like, oh, finally, a character flaw. And he does have a character flaw, and he's pissed, and he's mopey, and he says some pretty rude stuff to her.
Yeah, because basically he feels like she's letting herself be manipulated by him.
Yeah.
But like she's being very clear of like, no, I know who Aaron is. Like I need him to achieve my own goals. Like I'm not doing this for anyone. And Nate still feels like that's.
I think it's a really good bit of writing because you, as the reader, also know that like
you see where both parties are coming from.
Yeah, and you know that she literally, what Anastasia is saying, she's like, no, you're not listening to me. There needs to be two people because that's what we're competing in.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter that we don't get along.
And I also she immediately doesn't go for the most obvious comparison for him in his life.
Yeah,
it takes a couple chapters before his hockey buddies are like, if you were beefing with one of us, but we still had a game, you'd still put me in, right? And he'd be like, okay, yeah I guess. Which she should have, because if you say that right away, he has to be like, okay, but we have to have conflict.
But this is a good. So I was trying to think of like the miscommunication trope in these sort of books.
Yeah.
I was like, I found that really effective. There's these two people are sort of talking past each other.
Right. Which is very realistic. Because I think a lot of the times miscommunication tropes are, there's a misunderstanding. I'm not going to listen to you because the whole conflict hinges on, if someone explained themselves, the conflict goes away.
Yeah.
But here, despite explaining yourself, like you're still having this like miscommunication, like you're coming from different spots.
Yeah,
You're not seeing
for
the whole
sure.
picture. They're not seeing, and I think that's like compelling and interesting more than they're just not communicating for no reason.
Yeah, yeah. And I think it works here. And I was sort of stunned that a lot of these same tropes that are in a book like Fourth Wing and Iron Flame that I couldn't stand, I actually really liked here. And I really think, honestly, it just comes down to the fact that I don't have to worry about the machinations of like a dragon school and this big fantasy war. I think that is what really detracts me from those books. And I love fantasy books.
Yeah.
So that seemed it would be the part I like the most, but I just think that part in those books is not good.
Well, because I think like it's the mismatch of like the stakes and the tone.
Yeah.
Like we know what the tone is and we know what the stakes are. Like people aren't dying in a war.
Right,
They're just
right.
like getting drunk on the weekend at a college where sort of nothing can go wrong.
Yeah.
Which sort of changes the stakes. Whereas in the Dragon College, the evil people are invading, and to have people be like, "Oh, but I don't feel like you trust me as much as like there's bigger fish to fry."
Yeah.
It just doesn't work in that context.
So they're arguing, and then they just, at a certain point, like Danilo said, the boys sit him down and say, like, well, if you were beef, JJ says, if you hated me, you'd still let me play though because you need me. And he's like, yeah. And he's like, oh my God, I've been being such an asshole.
And he buys her flowers.
And he buys her flowers, and he buys Jay. I like this part a lot. A lot.
You like this?
They're in the
kind of funny.
They're in the flower store,
and
JJ's like, I wish a nice, handsome guy would buy me flowers.
no one ever buys me flowers.
And then it just like cuts to them in the car, and JJ has his flowers and
with
he's
like a shit-eating
"Fuck yeah."
grin on his
He just
face.
wanted
It's
flowers.
so funny.
I liked it.
Yeah, it's funny. It's full of fun, charming moments like that.
Of these ancillary characters, JJ I think is far and away my favorite because he's always every time Anastasia. He's bisexual, or is he Is he pansexual?
He might be pan. Yeah.
Regardless, every time Anastasia's around and doing something, maybe they'll walk in on her stretching. He's always going to say something like lewd, but it's never creepy.
Yeah.
It's always very funny and
No one has
charming.
any issues with. Everyone is. It's a fantasy world. Everyone is so sex positive. It's insane.
Yeah.
Which I think you have to, if you're gonna have a book of pornography, you need to have a baseline of like, you know what, we live in a world where every character is on the same page and is like super clear about consent all the time.
Yeah.
And it's perfect. And like that is never a question, which I think makes sense as like a good baseline to have.
Yeah.
Because immediately they say so many times like drunk people can't consent to like
They really do.
to like college PSA levels of like, okay, we get it.
Yeah.
we
but
get
I think
it.
that's another example of something that I hope, like, if some like 16-year-old girl is reading this book,
yeah,
and she sees that's like important shit to learn.
Like, the things I read and experience, like people are doing this in. I mean, this is not real life, but like in the situations I've read.
Yeah. It's not like, I think it would have less of an effect and be not as powerful. I don't think it's as powerful a message, but like if shit like that happened in ACOTAR.
Yeah.
But like these are real people, quote unquote, and this is a real situation you could find yourself in.
It's realistic. Yeah.
And so I appreciated that that kind of stuff. The same thing with the eating disorder stuff. Like I said earlier, I was like, I hope this maybe. Obviously, this is not enough to help somebody, get over it in their own life, but I hope they felt seen and heard and listened to in a way that helped them somehow. I think that's we've been having a lot of fun, not to get serious all of a sudden, but I think that's sort of why books can be so powerful.
Yeah.
Because there's a far more intimate relationship with what you're reading on the page than there is with if you're watching a movie or a TV show, which I think can also be very powerful, but in a different way.
Yeah.
And so I just hope that I would imagine that is a theme in a lot of these books. Something that happens a lot is like consent is always brought up. Consent is always affirmed.
Yeah. It's a very positive.
There's never any question of like there's going to be something sexually untoward happening to somebody else.
Yeah, or like the friend in the, like if someone steps out of line, there's not going to be like the moral gray area of like, oh, but he's my boy. And I have to,
Right.
Everyone is sort of like, this person steps out of line, we put him into place. Like everyone is morally good. And I think in a book that's trying to be like cozy, like the world building is like the world is safe.
Yeah.
And nothing
yeah.
too serious is going to happen. And anything that does happen sort of will be resolved in sort of the best possible outcome.
Yeah.
And like there's something pleasant about that. And like I think I was surprised the extent to which like I enjoyed that or reading that.
Me too.
I didn't want to claw my eyes out.
Which I was stunned by. I kept waiting for the moment where I got angry. And when I say I got like a little bit tired of reading it, I was just a little bit tired of like the same scene kind of just keeps happening over and over
And
again.
the tone, and they're being like funny, and they send like texts.
Oh, I love that
they have sex.
I love the texting.
There's
unbelievable texting in this book.
I was reading it and I'm like, have I never read a book with like texting
in
it?
it?
I don't think I have either. I'm like, because this is the way to do it, which is like, I don't know how other way to do it. But
the other way,
I
could think the worst way to do it would be you write it like dialogue.
Oh my God.
He texted back.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I watched the bubbles appear on my phone.
But this is like, it's
You
like
get to read the whole
phone.
thread.
You get to read the thread, and you see like the person they're texting, and so you sort of like fill in. It's like dialogue. There's little emojis printed in black and white on the page.
like that.
I thought it was funny.
And they
It was
talk
very
like
charming.
how they really talk.
Yeah.
Like there's somebody earlier who says like they're all hungover and they're talking about having a party and somebody's like, in the words of Michael Scott, I'm ready to be heard again. And like I have received that text message. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I thought
or
that
like
was
the
really
hockey
fun.
group chat where everyone's like making sort of sexual jokes, but it's
Yeah.
all in good fun.
It's all fun.
and-
It's not locker
yeah.
room talk.
Yeah.
They're all very, which I guess I don't know if
It's just like nice.
I would hope D1 hockey teams are really like that. I doubt it.
I think that is why this exists in a fantasy world.
Yeah. So Anastasia and Aaron are going to nationals.
Mm-hmm.
They've got this routine down. Nate is going to miss the first like qualifying round or whatever, but he's going to get there for their big thing. And
As a surprise.
He does just in time as a surprise. And they're fucking crushing it. Like, it's sort of unbelievable. Like, even Nate's like, oh, I've never seen them this in sync before. And he thinks to himself, like, oh, I guess, man, maybe it all really did work out.
Yeah.
And then at the end of their routine, Aaron kisses Anastasia,
Mm-hmm.
which is fucked up.
Yeah. And then
It's
like
fucked
Nate, from the perspective, I sort of love the perspective switches.
Me too.
Because then you get things from both angles sort of like right away, but also like sometimes there's like a delay. So you're like, what's going on? But
Yep.
like, oh, it's the lead up to the thing that just happened on the cliffhanger chapter. It's basic stuff that
Yeah.
we're like blown away by
I
because
know.
we've read so much garbage.
I know.
But then it switches to Stasy's point of view, and like she's trying to like get away from the kiss, and he's like holding her, like
Yeah,
he
it's
won't
fucked
let
up.
her. It's fucked up.
And Aaron's justification is like, no, that's what they wanted because like we had this
Amazing thing.
yeah, like figure skating as like a couple's act is like visually a very romantic thing. And so to put a button on their performance, he kisses her and it's fucked up. It's assault.
Yeah.
She is like trying not to cry. There's like cameras on them and everything.
Mm-hmm.
She storms off. The coach
Nate comes in, immediately punches Aaron in the face,
which is
and they have
awesome.
to do like their press release where like Stasy's crying and Nate has like
ice
Aaron
pack.
has like a big black eye.
But they get through.
Mm-hmm.
But then Stasy's like, no, I quit. Like,
Yeah.
I'm done. You're going to need to find somebody else. And Aaron is like, what about my dreams? You never think about anything else, you fucking bitch. Heel turn complete.
Yes.
He is finally the
No
evil person.
redemption.
And
she's like, if I'm gonna fail, I'd rather fail alone than succeed with you, basically.
Yep.
Which is like great. We're all snapping, we're all clapping. It was great.
they move out. Lola and Anastasia move out of. Oh, they live in this big, beautiful building in Los Angeles, which we said, but is the reason Nate. It's like a condo, and Nate's parents own the condo. Aaron's parents own the condo.
Yeah, the apartment where Lola and Stassi live.
So they're moving out, and they walk in through the door, and all the hockey players are there moving out. There's a funny
Instantly.
moment where Russ is standing there holding all of her pornography books. It's a big box labeled smut, and he's like, and she's like, "What the fuck is going on?" And Lola's like, "We're moving out. We're moving in with the boys until we find our own place."
Yeah.
And all the boys love having them around.
Yeah.
Oh, Lola,
And they're all perfectly appropriate, and it's totally fine, and
Yes.
they're all friends.
Yes. Lola is dating Robbie, Nate's best friend.
Yep.
So they talk about like, whoa, what are we gonna do with our future? And it's like, oh, I guess we'll find out
Next time on
on Icebreaker. Aaron transfers to UCLA. Well, he like
forcibly he sort of gets transferred.
Yeah. The hockey team wins the NCAA championship, which is a big deal. Like no shit, they're undefeated, they're unreal. They
with
keep
no
winning.
practicing, all partying.
Yep. We cut to 2 years, parentheses, and a bit later.
This is the epilogue. The infamous epilogue of Icebreaker.
Now, this is terrible.
I
think this
laughed
is
out loud. This was insane.
And I think people generally agree with that this is a crazy way to end the book.
Yeah.
Like I was reading online, I was like, how do people feel about this? And tons of people who love these books were like, I hate the ending.
So now I think I loved it for how like bombastic it was.
How audacious it is.
How audacious and
how
like,
dare you?
Like I think in a world where someone can fall in ice and be fine the next day, this is the ending that happens. We cut to
Anastasia is 21 during the course of the book.
Yes.
Okay.
So 2 years and a bit later. She's
23 and a half.
Yeah. We cut to her. She is 6 months pregnant.
She's 6 months pregnant before we find out she's won the gold medal in the Olympics.
Yeah. So immediately you're like, But then just offhand, she's like, the baby will be probably pretty athletic with a gold Olympic medal winner as a mom and a Stanley Cup winner as a dad. And you're like, okay, so they've achieved their dreams.
So once they achieved their dreams, they were allowed to
be pregnant.
So this is important.
They're not married yet.
They're not married yet. The reason that she's pregnant is because after she won the gold medal, the night of, they partied so hard she threw up her contraception. He cream pied her pregnant. Okay?
And then as an apology bought her a G-Wagon.
Yeah, bought her a sweet Land Rover.
Because he's a millionaire kid who becomes a millionaire professional hockey player right out of college.
Yes. Who was already signed to a professional hockey team before he went to college.
He just had to go back to get all the knowledge of exercise science.
Right, to get pussy. They live in Seattle, I guess. They have a dog.
They just got a dog.
Oh
my God, a golden retriever.
They go to vacation. They go to Cabo, and Nathan proposes to Anastasia, and she says yes.
And that's how the book ends.
They get married. They have a shotgun wedding. Isn't that beautiful?
They have a shotgun wedding after they both achieve their dreams. And I think the lesson to take away is truly, you accomplish your one thing the year after you graduate from college.
Then settle down.
Then you settle down, and then your life is boring.
They say like they walk through the airport a lot because they're both sort of famous now. And most people stop her for pictures and just give the phone to Nate to take the picture. And I thought that was kind of fun.
That was funny.
That's like real. It's like, Alyssa Liu walking around. You know what I mean? Like everybody knows that. Everybody knows Stateside. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's the book. That's Icebreaker by Hannah Grace.
Yeah.
Insane ending where Aaron is proved right. She baby trapped him.
But he wanted to be baby trapped. He asked for it.
Yes.
He was asking for it. How was he dressed when he was baby trapped?
I just think after all of that, it's a strange note to
like I think
you could have just had it say 10 years later.
I think the reason I sort of loved it, and not in a way of like I think it's good, but like in a fictional world where everything goes right and everyone achieves, like they achieve their dreams immediately off screen and then have like the ending where for some reason he didn't think of asking her to marry him before she was 6 months pregnant, which is insane to me. But I don't know.
I feel like Nate would be the kind of guy to
crazy.
find out as soon as she's pregnant, propose.
Oh yeah, or before. Or anyway, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They needed an end to a book. Because I think the way the book ends, it is almost impossible to end in any satisfying way. Because they have to like get together,
right?
But also they have their individual dreams.
But they've been together the whole time.
So exactly. And so the way to do it is they get together after they've already achieved their dreams, sort of off screen, doesn't matter how. But like they're done with that.
23 and a half years old, pregnant, dog named Bunny, living in Seattle, Mexico vacation, proposal, yes.
Beautiful. Now, I think overall, this book felt like someone was injecting heterosexuality directly into my brain. I think, as a heterosexual man, I think at times uncomfortable with the level of heterosexuality being just like thrust upon me.
There's lots
it was
of heterosexuality.
Pretty hysterical.
Yeah. There's lots of straight sex.
And straight people talking about straight sex and having a straight relationship about straight sports things. I went to college and I was reading this. I'm like, did I miss out on something? Was someone I knew doing this? Was someone living like this? And I mean, like, statistically, probably.
You were missing out. You were working the night shift, walking around.
Yeah,
looking
I was working night. Yeah, I was working night security. All these hockey players are fucking figure skaters.
Yeah, they are. You're missing out, dude.
I couldn't pay my rent on one hockey rink job a week. I had to work overnights as a security guard.
So that's Icebreaker.
That's Icebreaker.
The real
I thought it was great.
I thought it was great.
I thought it was
more.
great. I liked it more.
Now.
I did not have to be 430 pages, but because of the way it's written, it's sort of just like washes over you.
Pretty much read it in a day.
I think in the way it's supposed to wash over you.
Yeah, I don't really care. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's weird. I think it's weird to... I've been thinking a lot about, the way that ACOTAR was the worst book I've ever read. And a lot of the things that people say is like, oh, you just have to let it wash over you. But like this, like, did that for me.
Yeah.
In a way that didn't. And I think that makes me hate the stuff that's bad more because it's shown me that, like, so it is possible to write something that's sort of like fluffy and whatever and like still enjoyable and doesn't make you be like, did the author use this word right?
This is the first one of these kinds of cozy books I've ever read. I've heard from people this one is kind of mid.
People don't like it generally.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
these
all
other
right.
ones must be awesome.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm excited.
Yeah. I think it comes down to self-awareness, the author being like aware of like what they're writing. And I think that goes a long way of like self-awareness and awareness about like tone and like, okay, we've made this world where not much can go wrong. And so like we can just live in that and that's fine. It felt so competent.
It really did.
It felt very competent to me, which is nice.
Now, Danilo, we're reading Game Changer next.
Yep.
And I said off mic I have a bet.
Mm-hmm.
I will bet you 20 real-life American dollars.
Yep.
And we can choose which way we want to go on this.
Okay.
Because I don't have an opinion.
All right.
That it is written in the same exact way.
Okay.
Switching perspectives every chapter.
Yep.
From the two.
And you don't know anything about it.
I don't know.
Okay. Neither do I.
Okay.
We were going in with this absolutely zero information.
So I'll give you, which side would you like to pick?
Since you're proposing the bet, I will let you have it is written the same way.
Okay.
And so then if it's not,
okay,
you give me $20. Then if it is, I give you $20.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Perfect. I love it.
Because I think that might be just the style.
Yeah.
And so I would not be surprised, but I would also not be surprised if the whole book was third person.
I also, like, normally I hate first person present, but like it worked really well.
Yeah, it did.
It felt immediate.
It did.
Also, I think this gets around the sequel or bonus chapter released from the male romantic lead's point of view.
Yeah.
Which always happens with those fucking romantasy books
Yeah.
where like they realize like, oh, we've only seen one side of this. Let's, for extra cash, pump out another point of view where the same stuff happens. It's not really interesting, but it's from the man's point of view, and he was in love with her the whole time.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my God, we love it. But
All that misunderstanding didn't really matter because this is how he was feeling the whole time.
Exactly. And I hate that. So I'm glad that the book just did that right from the beginning.
Good stuff. Now, do you have some one-star Goodreads reviews?
I do. All right. I found one that I couldn't find again. Some of these are short and funny, but one was, it was like, this book starts out with like, she's having sex with the guy and they're like not committed to each other. And then she's like, has the hots for another one. It was something about like, what are these women's morals?
What?
I was like talking about her morals.
They're
I'm like,
slut-shaming her?
in a one-star review on Goodreads?
That's awesome. Shouts out.
What morals? All right. So people on Goodreads have said the exact same things we've said. Too long, boring, nothing happens, not believable. I think a lot of people come from Book Talk because this made the rounds on Book Talk
why
when
it's
it
so
came
popular.
out. Yeah. This is from Maybe Amy, 1 star. This was kind of like swallowing a rock covered in cheese. It's good at first, and you would think it's going to continue being good, but no, it's still a rock.
That's awesome.
Which I think is great.
Shouts out. That's awesome. I mean, it's hard to disagree with that. It's just, I like the taste of the rock, too.
The rock,
That's
it's
so
a
funny.
smooth rock.
It's
so
a smooth
it goes
rock.
through you.
Smooth.
It's a rock, but you're like, I think I can pass this
Yeah,
through my
yeah.
system. Sasha, 1 star. Book Talk will pay for its sin.
See, these are the kind of people, you guys got to be listening to our show.
I know. Yeah, exactly. 1 star by Tanisha. Icebreaker, more like Headbreaker.
Nice, classic.
1 star. If you want a literal porno with the most boring plot, here you go.
I don't disagree with anything that's been said so far.
I know, me neither. 1 star. I was curious on why this book gets so much slander. I should have stayed curious.
Oh, that is good. That is a good one.
This is 1 star by Charlotte. Y'all, imagine the book if Stassi got hit by a car at the start. A bunch of heart emoji, smiley emoji, heart emoji, cat heart emoji. It would have been so much better, heart. Too much drama. Stassi needs to go to the mental hospital with mental crossed out. Kill all the characters except Henry and Nate.
Wait, imagine the book if Stacy got hit by a car at the beginning. Damn.
I think they just hated it.
Didn't like her.
Now I have I stumbled across this Goodreads review.
Yeah, I'm sure you did.
I stumbled across this.
Of course, let's see.
And I had to look because the username was Hard Hooligan 420.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. And I think this was an interesting review, so I think I'll read it.
Yeah, no, let's
you.
read it.
Okay.
This is real.
Hello.
Hello.
My name is Gordon the Book Reviewer, and I review books that are written. Please consider giving a thumbs up to my review and keep an eye out for my forthcoming book, The Star-Lord of the Skies, a fantasy thriller about a group of schoolchildren stuck on a space planet. Think Lord of the Flies, but in space, and the conch shell is a meteorite, and the pig head is an alien head. It's based on some experiences I've had in my life. I just started the outline this morning. Now, on to my review. I first picked up the English novel Icebreaker by Hannah Grace because I thought the boy on the cover looked cute. I liked his little smirk and his curly brown hair that fell gently around his ears. His shoulders looked so broad in his hockey uniform, and the colors were bright, which I liked. The lady looked okay, too. I knew nothing about American ice hockey, except that it was something played on ice in America, and it was the reason my father gave when he moved to Canada, to be closer to his, quote, second family, whatever that means. I was reading this book at a local coffee and board game establishment, which calls itself a third space on their blue sky, but they yell obscenities if you're there too long without spending money. I was sitting there reading Icebreaker by Hannah Grace when a man walked up to me and said, "Hey, looks like you're not very far in that book." He was right. I was on page 1. "I read that book and my wife divorced me," he said. "She took my Big Mouth Billy Bass and all my Seal CDs." "Okay," I said. "Do you like Seal?" he asked as he pulled out the chair and sat down. I saw his T-shirt said Corona, which I believe means Spanish for crown. "Do you mean Seal as in the Pokemon?" I asked. "He evolves into Dugong, if you're wondering." "No, you fucking idiot. I mean Seal the singer. Kiss from a Rose?" "No thanks, sir. Too thorny." "Ugh, you people are all the same," he huffed. After seeing my offended look, he continued. By you people, I mean hockey players." I don't know your ethnicity. "Do I?" "I don't know," I said. "I think I might be able to guess," he said. "Okay," I said. "Uzbek?" "No." There was a brief moment of silence, and I heard a white-breasted nuthatch let out a soft chirp from the window, and a sunbeam came slanted in the room in just the right way, and I thought, this whole life thing isn't too bad. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. And I felt the first moment of peace I felt in my life since my first communion when Christian Bale, unrelated, pushed me into a snowbank and I hit my elbow kind of hard. "Do you have a wife to divorce you? 'Cause you better if you're reading that shite." "No, I'm single. Also, I'm not a hockey player, which I believe you implied earlier." "Not a hockey player? Then what are you reading Icebreaker by Hannah Grace for?" "I'm trying to broaden my horizons. I've only ever read Star Wars novelizations before this. Ever heard of Timothy Zahn's Heir to the Empire?"
Yes.
I don't think people should be reading things that aren't about their own lives. I'm a roofer, and so I only read books about roofing. Ever heard of Roof of Eden? It was when I read a hockey book that my wife divorced me and took all my Seal CDs and my Big Mouth Billy Bass. I have no other way of listening to Bob Marley's Three Little Birds and Al Green's Take Me to the River back to back on an endless motion-activated loop. It was then that the barista began shouting, "If you fuckers aren't going to buy a latte and you aren't going to play Settlers of Catan, then you'd best get the fuck out of here. This place isn't for reading and talking about Seal. It's for storing ratty, worn-down board games on a little shelf in the corner and selling $7 lattes served in soup bowls." I left. The man stayed, and last I saw him, he started setting up the single-player version of Wingspan, but all the little eggs were missing.
No.
All in all, an eventful afternoon on planet Earth. DNF at 1%, 1 star.
Wow, and you really found that, huh?
Yeah, it was really
Wow.
long. Yeah, I just had to read it. It was
No, I get
You
it.
know,
I get it. Well, thank
Gordon,
you.
Gordon the book reviewer.
Gordon the book reviewer. Weird that his tag is a hard hooligan
I know.
420, but
Maybe he's a fan.
he could be a fan. Probably not. Wow.
Yep,
We did it.
we did it.
Another book down into the hardcover hooligans canon.
And now
We wait.
we changed the game by reading Game Changer.
We're going to change the game. Next time on the show, we will be reading Game Changer. If you like the show, follow us on Instagram at Hardcover Hooligans and TikTok Hardcover Hooligans, YouTube at Hardcover Hooligans because that's to do it on YouTube now. Send us an email, hardcoverhooligans@gmail.com. Thank you so much to the people who are DMing and commenting.
Yeah, we've read some fan mail. It's been nice to hear from you
Yes.
people. We can't guarantee we'll do the suggestions. We've read a lot of garbage, and we have a lot of garbage lined up, so I added to the pile, I suppose.
But some very sweet emails have come in. Thank you so much for listening. It's still sort of nuts to me that people listen to the show.
I know, it's crazy.
So thank you so much. I'm glad you liked it. And I just want to say this to the people who say I don't know what the female clitoris is. I do. Okay. I do know what it is, and I love it.
Well, and I'll have to say, before we log off, I've looked this up. Maple Hills number 3 is called Daydream, and it is about Henry.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Wow. Henry and who? That girl from the store?
Henry and a bookish fellow student who come up with a plan to help them both overcome their respective challenges in a difficult year. That's the most generic
Oh,
thing.
boy.
When his procrastination lands him in a difficult class with his least favorite professor, Henry Turner knows he's going to have to work extra hard to survive his junior year of college. And now, with his new title of captain
So
for
he
the
did
hockey
get the
team,
captain.
he did. He became the captain. That was talked about Icebreaker, which he didn't even want. Henry absolutely cannot fail. Enter Hallie Jacobs, a fellow junior who finds herself befriended by Henry when he accidentally crashes her book club. There's more, but I don't care. So he's
Wow.
like she'll be like his tutor or something.
The
I don't know.
Henry Turner verse.
They just need to stick to their rule book. Oh, and not fall in love.
Oh, my God.
I hope they don't fall in love in this.
I hope they don't.
And I hope a horrible plane crash happens halfway through.
Wow. Well, thanks for listening, everybody.
All right. Maybe all the plane crashers are in Game Changer.
Oh, maybe they are.
We'll see. They
Maybe-
put them all into one book. It's just a plane crash after plane crash.
There's a decree. They're like, oh, we're here to rescue you from the plane crash. We're running low on fuel, so we better hurry up. Stay
Slick like ice.
slick like ice.